Hello everyone, today's video is a bit different from the usual. I'm starting a new guide series focused on helping you improve your positioning with every single class. My goal is to be as detailed as possible to help you level up your gameplay. Let's dive in. The first class we're covering is the Frigate. As the MW Wiki states, these are fast ships with stealth capabilities. Their primary role is support, dealing damage from behind terrain or from outside the enemy's reach. In short, it's a hit and run playstyle. Since they lack high durability and strong air defense, they are best suited for long-range engagements or as support for larger vessels like cruisers and carriers. As you've seen, the first and most critical aspect is visibility and detection. What is this system exactly? No, it's not a bug. It's how the map mechanics actually work. Here's how it breaks down. Now, you might be asking, what does all this mean? Basically, detectability is a parameter that determines when your unit becomes visible to the enemy. As mentioned earlier, there are three main types of detectability. The logic behind them is the same, but each type corresponds to detection by specific unit types. Surface detectability, white circle. Detection between ships is based on surface detectability. Your ship remains invisible to enemy ships until one of them enters your surface detectability radius. The ship with the larger detectability radius will always be detected first. Visibility can also be affected by other units like helicopters, airplanes, or drones. This is where air detectability green circle and subsurface detectability blue circle come into play. These function the same way as surface detectability. Once an enemy aircraft enters your air detectability radius, your ship is spotted. There are also other factors. First, your teammates can help. If they detect an enemy, you can see them too, and the same applies to you. To lose detection, you can either hide behind terrain, like oil rigs, mountains, and islands, or simply move out of their detection zones. However, you cannot hide behind terrain if you are within the gray circle. This is the minimal detection range. In this range, even if you are covered, you will be detected. The same applies to the enemy. To lose detection, you must either hide behind terrain or increase your distance. However, it is not instant. Every ship has its own recon data. This is how long a ship can keep the enemy detected after they leave the radius. For the F126, you will lose your enemies after 5 seconds. Also remember firing and movement penalties. These make your detection circle bigger by 5 to 20% depending on the situation. This makes you visible from a much longer distance, so be careful when you choose to open fire. As you can see, I am doing hit and run tactics. I throw my salvo and go back behind the oil rig for cover. It does not matter if the distance is 0.5 or 5 kilometers, the results are the same. Once the terrain blocks the line of sight, the detection is lost and I am safe again. I try to keep 3 kilometers distance from my teammates. This is a good distance to stay hidden while still supporting them. By staying at least 6 kilometers away from enemies, the detection will be as low as possible. A good tip to lose enemies on maps like Storm is to deploy smoke when you are in a critical position. After a few seconds, the detection will be lost. On our second match in Old Factory, things are a little different because we have more terrain. My first steps are to move my ship to the position I want and deploy my helicopter immediately. My first target is to spot the enemy aircraft carrier or a weak enemy to start the attack. As you can see, with my help, my teammates spotted the enemy and started attacking the aircraft carrier. This early position for a carrier is very bad. We took advantage of this to take him out, and at the same time, keep the eyes of the enemy team. I always stick with my team and provide support wherever it's needed. However, if I lose enemy tracks, I immediately deploy my heli to relocate them. This allows me to regain vision safely and pick my next target. I usually go for the one who is isolated or the weakest. I never force a 1 versus 3 situation. I only strike where I have the advantage. I don't have something else to my mind that I am doing the most. Enjoy the rest of the match.
Battle stations gun action. Deck gun stand by. Left turn. Take course 070. Stand by rocket launcher. Target enemy warship. Fire on ready. Missile silos are ready for launch. Point right. Helicopter is ready for recon. Waiting for combat mission. Transfer target package Alpha Bravo 22. Helicopter ready for orders. All the missile silo hatches. Prepare for launch. We are flooding below waterline. All the missile silo hatches. Prepare for launch. Clear propeller noise at the high 40. Flares ready. All the missile silo hatches. Prepare for launch. AA division reporting. Missile destroyed. Missile silo ready for launch receiving coordinates. The missile is hit. Intercepted enemy missile. Cannon system green. Decoys ready. All crew is ready for repair.
That's the tactical protocol for the FGS-126. Mastering stealth isn't just about hiding, it's about knowing when and where to strike. If you found this guide helpful, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss episode 2, where we'll be analyzing the next class.